All right, last one I'm doing on these three. I found the Richmond, North of Richmond remix trend. Dax, Mercules, and Chris Webby got on. I'm not sure if there's any other artists that are doing this, but I've done three. I've done two today. I'm doing the third one. I figured I would get on it. I got all three of them on my watch later list, so I figured I'd check them out. Somebody told me I should check out more Dax, which I did. I've not done any Chris Webby, to be honest with you. Maybe I've done one. A lot of these artists get on the trend of like complaining about the state of the affairs of the government and the gender issues and the teaching and the blah blah, the pushing their agendas and the government's lizard people. Like, I love the conspiracy theories, but like, let's not like just be like everybody else, you know? I'm not hating. Again, people, I'm 30 seconds in and people are like, you're hating, I'm out, peace. I'm like, all right, dude, give me a second. Like, sometimes I might be wrong, you know? Like, sometimes I might go through the song and be like, oh, okay, I get it. Or maybe I don't, and I don't care.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to. People like me, people like you.
Now, Dax just took the guitars and made a song over the top of it. Mercules added a beat to it. Let's see what Chris Webby does.
Wake up, may it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Yeah, give me freedom or give me death. To that we pledge allegiances. We the people had enough. It's time we aired our grievances against these treasonous demons. So raise the alarm, cause the pigs are fully taking over on this animal farm. Don't know when
the pigs are taking over on this animal farm. I'm not gonna lie, I've not been a fan of Chris Webby. I don't like his style. He's very clever with the words and the wordplay. He could definitely rap. Got nothing against him. I don't vibe with his style.
They all just wanna have
pledge allegiance.
And you know, here they go again, like with it's the same topic of conversation, and I understand that's what the song's about. So let's go. It's just, I've heard it. The amount of artists that are just on this trend of complaining about the same things is wild to me. And then if you're still making this type of music like, and you know that there's that many saturating the market, why would you still keep doing it? I don't know. Just to get the word out there, just to keep, you know, like, you're beating us over the head with it, and you're not really catching. In my opinion, I'm not listening. I'm not listening to none of that. I got my own points, opinion, and perspective, and I'm out here doing shit. Like, I'm not just sitting here complaining about it. And that's what I think. It's a bunch of artists just complaining about some shit. And what are you gonna do? I said it in my other video. You're gonna quit your job. You're gonna start a revolution. You're gonna be out there protesting with your people because you don't like what they're protesting, like with the Black Lives Matter thing. Like, who was going? If you didn't like Black Lives Matter, but you realized that there was a protest necessary because it's all lives matter, right? That's what you're saying. Then where the fuck are you? Why aren't you out there, right? Because it doesn't have anything to do with you. So until it touches you, you're not going to do shit about it. And it is touching you. We're all the same. We're all the same. If you feel like the government's coming down on its people, then its people should be together, but we're not. And then we blame them for dividing us. And I don't think so, man. I think individuals are dividing us by putting yourselves on one side or the other, by stating your opinion without any understanding that other people have some too, you know?
The people had enough. It's time we aired our grievances against these treasonous demons. So raise the alarm, cause the pigs
airing grievances. What? And then what?
They're fully taking over on this animal farm. Don't know anymore. This world's gotten too cold to ignore. Shit, is it 2023 or 1984? Thought police up at my
1984. That's a good one, cause it's a reference to dystopian, you know, but yeah. There's a lot of shit in 1984, the book, and I think it's been banned from schools. That's like kind of like that. Everything that's happening is kind of going that direction. Like it's kind of like I think 1984 they said was like a future, telling the future thing. And if that's so, then let's change it. Like, I don't understand. We're not going to go in there and storm the Capitol. That's not what we're going to do. Like, that's not going to change things if they're so in control, you know what I mean? I don't know.
2023 or 1984. Thought police up at my door to open fire on me, but I'd rather die on my feet than survive on my knees. And please, we know
Who are the thought police? I don't understand who. I don't get anybody coming to my door and telling me what I should or shouldn't think. The only time I get people telling me what I should or shouldn't think is when I get into conversations with them, and then I start airing my grievances and opinions, and then they start airing their, and then we might get into an argument about it. But I don't see anybody coming down on our beliefs or our thoughts. I see schools trying to teach kids, you know, hey, maybe you shouldn't say that. Hey, maybe we should be more mindful of what we say. And maybe freedom comes with liberty. Instead of just, I have the freedom to piss on my lawn, but maybe you shouldn't do that while there's kids outside. Or I have the freedom to say what I want, but maybe you shouldn't say some things just out of the pure understanding that you might hurt somebody. And it's not about being offensive, because I think the offensive shit is so played out. Oh, I'm offended. And then you got people like Tom McDonald purposely offending people. Then what's that all about? You know what I mean? So there's freedom and there's liberty. And you have the liberty to decide what freedoms you want to participate in. And a lot of people are participating in this freedom of speech thing when it's really freedom of the press. And you know, I don't know. Do what you want with that.
Know how they looking at us from up at the top. The tougher they made it for us, the fucking tougher we got. They thought they'd keep us scared forever, but
right.
Fuck it, we not. We'll send them back to north of Richmond in some cuffs or a box.
It's a damn shame.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, man. Like I'm saying, that's cool. That's like I said, I got my own opinion, perspective, and you know, but he's talking about a solution.
They made it for us, the fucking tougher we got.
Yeah.
They thought they'd keep us scared forever, but fuck it, we not. We'll send them back to north of Richmond in some cuffs or a box.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to.
Crazy.
For people like me, people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
The imagery is
Living
just.
in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Behind the politicians, there's a far more sinister villain that's power-driven. Only answer to money is their religion. They controlling the way that we live in, keeping us mentally stuck in a prison, so that the fire they know is rebellion never can spread whenever it's risen. But they've been seeing us.
The fire and the rebellion. Yeah. I guess. You can't stop people that really feel passionate about what it is. You know what I mean? Speaking of like a big corporation, this guy's still smoking cigarettes.
We live in, keeping us mentally stuck in a prison, so that the fire they know is rebellion never can spread whenever it's risen. But they've been seeing us waking up, and now they fucking afraid, as we the people get to seeing through their fucking charade. We're being played by these elites who would rather see us enslaved, as they lead us by the hand where the land's dug with a grave. And they.
Do you think? I don't even think that like are there people in government that are just like, yeah, I wish the entire population was enslaved? Like, metaphorically speaking, I guess. You think they sit at the top and they go, all right, I love having poor people because that just makes me... I don't think that, like, individuals are thinking like this, but as a collective, George Carlin said, I like people individually in small groups. But once they start grouping up, they just don't... They're a collective. And they're not individually thinking. Like corporations are people, they say. No, they're fucking not. They're making decisions in the name of the corporation, which I guess now the government. Okay, I get that too. Like the government is this corporation that thinks that, not individual people. Like does somebody think Kamala Harris is thinking like, I wish I was rich and everybody else is poor. I don't think individuals have their own like morals. And I don't think they wish harm on anybody. But as a collective and the damage they're doing, I think it's spot on.
As they lead us by the hand where the land's dug with a grave, and they could kill a character through stories they publish, or they'll just murder us and brand it as suicide to the public, or an accidental overdose. Print the story, run it, say it's fact so people trust it, accept it, and move on from it. But it's time to pick a side and get to striking a nerve. And any way we're able, I'm fighting this fight with my words. And if they keep pushing, then fuck it, we inciting the purge. And just to think, all we wanted was the rights we deserve.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to.
And to think,
people like me, people like you, wish
I don't want to purge. I mean, crazy. Can you from the movies? Like, It wouldn't be that type of purge. I guess what's the side? The people or the government? We created the government. We continue to participate in it. Like I don't see any way it's gonna turn around. And suggesting a revolution. I got a song called War, and it's saying the same thing. And I put that song out like 8 years ago, like, or 5 years. I don't know how long ago. I'm talking about the same shit. Like, the government's in charge to go to war and to bring money. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it.
I could just wake up and it not be like me. It's a
Inciting the pull, I'm fighting this fight. We'll pick a side and get to striking a nerve. In any way we're able, I'm fighting this fight with my words. And if they keep pushing, then fuck it. We inciting the purge. And just to think, all we wanted was the rights we deserve.
It's a damn.
All right, nobody's giving us our rights. Our rights are all. It recognizes our rights. No one gives us our rights. They're recognized. They're still there, regardless of who tells us we can and can't have them. And I got a lot of opinions about that. Like, I totally think we need smaller government. I'm totally on the side of choosing your taxes. I don't think we should have no taxes at all, because then, like, we have too many people to be thinking that, like, everybody's gonna pay their share for roads and fire rescue and police. If we had that, you know, maybe we don't even. But how you gonna run us? How you gonna have a society without someone? You think private corporations are gonna start building the roads and they're gonna take care of it like a functioning government body? Like, when you have a good city and it's ran properly, I don't think people have complaints about it. They're paying their taxes, they're getting good roads, they're getting good buildings, you know. But when you have a city that's not being run correctly, then that's where you get, you know, you're like, oh, fuck these taxes, they're just taking our money. It's the worst of the things that brings out the worst of the people. So what he's saying here is, like, get on it. Start striking nerves. Start bothering people.
Nerve in any way.
Yeah.
To the suicide to the public or an accidental overdose. Print the story, run it, say it's fact, so people trust it, accept it, and move on from it. But it's time to pick a side and get to striking a nerve in any way we're able.
I think when people say pick a side, that's when it starts getting blurry, because people think they're picking the right side. People think they're on the right side. People think they're on their point of view is. I think we have more to gain by understanding a point of view and opinion and gaining perspective on it, and then collaborating together. I don't think we should be picking a side. We should be trying to align with each other and figure out if all of this is important to us. Let's not pick which is important to us and fight for that. Like, if people are pissed about, like, I don't know, fucking name the top 3 right now. You got race relations, gender studies, and social justice, I guess. You know, top 3. Education, people hate that. People hate the taxes. People hate the government. But there's people that like it. There's people that are like, no, because they're being, it's helping them. It's benefiting them. So, like, let's not worry about what benefits each other individually. Let's try to, like, come together with, like, what's going to benefit us collectively. And what's going to benefit us collectively is coming together and not picking a side, because I think that blurs the lines. I get what he's saying, like, to pick the side, the government or the people, but I don't think that's how most people are taking it, because a lot of people aren't going to align with certain things, and I don't think you should. You should. If you have your own way of life, that's fine. We should all be understanding of that, and then if we're gonna fight the government, like, we can collectively decide how to do that. But I don't know. It's good. Like I said, Chris Webby's dope. He's talented. He can rap. He makes music, and it's good shit. So, but it's not something I'm interested in. I really don't listen to a lot. I don't like his style. So these remixes are cool, but not anything I'm gonna listen to after this. So I don't know. If you don't like it, it's whatever. You didn't have to stay through the whole video. But I do hope you stayed through the whole video to at least get my perspective, and then just be like, oh, I don't agree. And I'll be like, that's cool. Thank you. And you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to like, share, or comment. I don't care. Or you can comment and just have a conversation with me about it. That's it. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want. If not, Thanks for watching.
Look, the people you are after are the people you depend on. We cook your meals, we haul your trash, we connect your calls, we drive your ambulances, we guard you while you sleep.